Hello, all of you. So, here we begin with the first class of tax amendments applicable for financial year 21-22 for the upcoming May 22, June 22, and November and December exams. Okay, this amendment is planned in two parts. I will discuss the most important ones so that you can start with your revision. And once this is completed, in the next one, we will take the detailed ones wherein a lot of examples we will have to solve. So at the time you cannot remember. Now, how many amendments are there? Amendments are there. Some are very important. Some look very small, but they are going to impact 3 to 4 topics in your income tax. Okay. Now, before we start this, for all my other conceptual videos also, which you are watching in this same channel, two, three very important instructions is because just like 2 days back, I updated maximum marginal rate and the mind map, 2 steps for the marginal relief and concept of advance money forfeited. So make sure you use headphones and watch it full screen because I'm writing and explaining, so it would be very clear if you watch it full screen, right? And just last Saturday, today is Saturday, dear student, just last Saturday, the results are out. So very, very important now it is to have right mindset. I had talked with so many students over this week and I've seen, okay, in 1 week all that feeling bad, giving away result is not positive, or students are going to write for the first time also, all that rona dona everything is over. Now get set, go, don't waste a single moment, complete your coaching at the earliest. I am taking live at YouTube and I am telling you, YouTube is a superb portal to revise the concept, to take all the amendments and updates, but you need a systematic coaching, whatever it may be. Huh? So proper coaching, low, if you require कि every day you want to take help of the teacher, join live classes or proper coaching, pre-recorded or live or whatever you want to join, complete your coaching and jump mat karo. This time's result has, I have seen literally that two things have impacted student. One was the panic, that restlessness. 2 minutes I would discuss and then we will start with a live revision. That restlessness, in before the exam, that pressure of writing and completing the exam in 3 hours, it will not be there provided you do written practice now. Whatever coaching material you are following, the second thing is institutes material, CMA, CA exam, whatever you are writing. So follow that material and write in that, not to be done again, easy, same as this, so that when you are doing your second revision, you are clear. So make sure you spare more time in writing practice. It will not take more time. I'm making very small other videos also, like 10 minutes test concept I have introduced. So watch those videos and it will really be a boost for you, right? And one panic and all ke liye, do learn some pranayam meditation. However hardworking you are, if you create a mess 1 day before exam, if you're not able to balance your mind in 3 hours, what's the use then? So to balance your mind, to relax, not to panic and take that pressure nicely. Enjoy that. I know there's a pressure or wo lagta hai, even we have given the exams. But सबका अपने अपने level पे. But you can definitely do wonderful if you practice some pranayam and meditation, whatever way you like. ठीक है? And one more thing I have observed is please don't jump the topics or videos. If you're taking online coaching, don't jump the videos. Whoever teacher is teaching is giving super concept in every video. Trust me, a teacher tries to make best of 1.5 hour class. Yes? So don't jump the videos thinking ये तो मुझे आता है ये तो, then again the same results are repeated. There are no shortcuts. So these two things I wanted to say. There is no shortcut. This is a superb time to productively, creatively do your hard work and practice lot of the problems in writing. When you do in writing, no, you're so confident in writing the exam, so your pen will definitely flow. Right? Wish you all the best. So let us start with the tax amendments applicable for financial year 21-22, assessment year 22-23. So what amendments we are discussing? They are of Finance Act 2021. Okay, right? So I'm sharing the screen, and if you have any doubt, keep commenting in the chat box. Yeah, right. The chat box is on, so you can definitely comment in the chat box if you have any doubts. One second. One second. Some disturbance is there in the screen. Okay. So here I share with all of you the amendments. Okay. I hope the screen is clear to you. Yes? One second. Yeah. So we will do it headwise, all the amendments, one by one. Yes? Let us begin. Shall we begin first with business head? As you all are practicing business head, and that is one of the most important head. So let us start with that. Okay? Yeah. All right. Chalo, look at the screen now. In business head, the amendments are okay. Yeah, I know we should go by the headwise, but this is one of the very important, and I don't want to cover all the amendments at a stretch. Okay, so do this thoroughly. The second amendment class will be on the next Saturday, so you can comment below, ask any doubts if you have. Okay, thoda thoda just absorb it, and so that what impact it will have in your problem solving is I'm taking weightage wise, which practically is very important, and after completing the two amendment class, we will start with the headwise revision class. Okay. One second. Some trouble is coming in the screen. One second. Okay. Yeah. So now you all know that if your turnover exceeds 1 crore, you have to get your books of accounts audited, right? In case of other presumptive taxation, the limit is 2 crore. Now, till last year, they have introduced this one more concept, that where your cash receipts, including total receipts and turnover, if the cash receipts are less than 5%, means your whole business is online, digital, payments are directly coming in the bank. So if the cash receipts of the business are less than 5% of the total receipts or turnover, cash payments are less than 5% of the total payments. In that case, till the turnover or gross receipts is 10 crore, they don't have to get their books of accounts audited. Till last year, this limit was 5 crore. Now from this year, it is 10 crore. Is it clear to you? Normal limit is what? Above 1 crore, you have to get your books audited. Those who are going for presumptive taxation, 44AD, then up to 2 crores turnover, if you show 8% of the turnover as your net profit minimum and pay the tax accordingly, then there won't be any problem, right? Okay. So now this 44AB has added one more thing. If you are doing full business online, like everything is coming in your bank, your cash receipts are less than 5% of the total receipts. And this is and, not or. And your cash payments are less than 5%. Yes. Then till 10 crores, audit is not necessary. If your turnover exceeds 10 crore, then only you have to get your books of accounts audited and submit the audit report by 30th September of the next relevant year. Tax audit ka due date, I hope all of you remember, it's 31st October. Tax audit ka due date of filing the return. The tax audit report has to be submitted by 30th of September. If not, penalty is there. Okay. Acha, for dates, I want to clarify, this is not an amendment, but as you all know, because of the pandemic and 2 lockdowns, the due dates have been changed. Yeah, like tax audit date was February and now the returns of the partners can be filed till March. Practically, what changes are there are just temporary. Exam oriented, you have to remember the same due dates what are mentioned in your books. Clear to all of you? 31st July is the due date of filing return for all the SSEs other than tax audit. For tax audit, it is 31st October, due date of filing the return. Tax audit report is to be submitted by 30th September. And for international transactions, जो international taxation जिनको लगता है 92E and all, for them 30th of November. So due dates are same. Only changes, if you are doing all digital transaction, then till 10 crores, you don't have to get your books audited. This is a disadvantage. CAs के उतने audit कम हो गए. We chartered accountants are not getting that many audits there. Okay. Not we means not I. I am not into practice. I am into 100% teaching. Chalo. Next very important amendment is goodwill. From financial year 21-22, 1st April 2021, goodwill is excluded from the block of the asset of intangible asset. Are you all getting? Intangible asset का जो block है ना, in that goodwill is excluded. So now in intangible assets, generally what do you have, dear students? Patents, copyrights, goodwill, all that is there. So in that, acha, computer software never comes in intangible. Computer software is actually intangible, but it is depreciated at the rate of 40% with the computer and computer printer. So now goodwill you are not going to charge. It is excluded from block of the asset and no depreciation is there. But for this, some very important note I want to give. Check if my screen is clear or not. 1 second. Yeah, I'll go to the notebook because I want to write some example here. Okay. Yeah. Look at the screen now. Goodwill from 1st April 2021. You can note down along with me on in a notebook all the amendments. Yeah. And yes, very important thing I missed, the PDF of this file is available in the description below. Concept classes app link is there. So go in the app and there on the free content, you can get all these PDFs. Along with that, you have PDFs for costing, theory questions, and many other things. The booster notes of some accounts chapter and all, right? So 1/4/2021 say no depreciation on goodwill. But other intangible assets, depreciation is there. So now how to do that? You know, depreciation is charged blockwise. So intangible asset will have so many other assets. For example, I want all of you to write example expecting an MCQ on this, or 2-3 marks MCQ or a small problem. And I'm into the concepts. I'll take figures, 10 rupees, 2 rupees, very simple ones. Yeah. For example, let us say, we'll take one example. Like we have a block on 1/4/2021, intangible asset block ka value is rupees 500. Are you all with me? And you're writing intangible asset block is rupees 500. Okay, right. So this includes goodwill, patent, copyrights. You remember in income tax under section 32, depreciation is charged blockwise. So goodwill, patent, copyrights, all put together blockwise depreciation is charged at WDV method, and that too at the rate of 25%. Now, this intangible asset is 500. Now I'm saying from this financial year, don't charge the depreciation on goodwill, but charge it on other assets. We may have self-generated goodwill, which generally we don't record. Self-generated goodwill, the value is nil. Purchased goodwill we record. So suppose in this, goodwill is purchased for 100 rupees in 19 and 20. In the financial year 19 and 20, goodwill is purchased for 100 rupees. So from the date it is purchased, calculate the depreciation on goodwill separately at the rate of 25%. And if it is used for less than 180 days, then calculate the depreciation at 50% of 25%, that is 12.5%. So 100 pay 25% depreciation. What is the balance? 75 as on 1st April 2020. Again charge depreciation 25% of 75. That comes to 18.75. I'm taking very simple figures, not lakhs and crores, because the concentration is on teaching the concept. From the day you have purchased, just calculate the depreciation of the goodwill 2021. So what is the balance of goodwill? 56.25 on 1/4/2021. 1/4/2021, 56.25. So now on 1st April, the total value of the block of intangible asset is 500. Is my example clear? Remove today's WDV of goodwill. Remove today's WDV of the goodwill and balance WDV, you will charge routine depreciation. See, patents, copyrights, so anyhow you should charge depreciation. So 443.7. I'm just taking figures randomly. Don't go to the figures, but concept clear hai. If you have purchased goodwill, patent, copyrights all in a block, one wall, and it is having all the values together. Now I'm saying don't charge a depreciation on goodwill, but ma'am, we don't know what is individual assets value. Even capital gain is calculated when you sell the whole block, right? Part of the assets sold, you don't calculate profit or loss. In fact, in the year of sale, you don't charge depreciation on the asset which is sold. See, with amendments, I can't just say this is the amendment ho gaya, this is the amendment ho gaya. We need to explain the whole concept uske aaspaas ka. So there would be some revision also with this. Now, what is the value of WDV of other intangible assets? 443.25. Can I calculate 25% depreciation on that? Around 111 rupees. Just round off. Depreciation 25%. 443.75 minus 111. Just like that. 332.75 is the WDV as on 31st March 2022. Over and out. Take your time. Don't take screenshot. Write this example so that it is fitted in your mind. So I thank you so much for joining the live video, but do watch this video again, pause, and I'm looking into all the comments. If you feel my efforts are helpful to you, then I'm ready to help you in whatever way I can. So pause the video, watch again, take this as an example, they will ask you. See, goodwill पे depreciation मत charge करो is just one statement, but it's having impact on business head on capital gain. So is it clear to you? Calculate at least we know the purchased value of the goodwill, running business we must have purchased and all. So then in that case, depreciation is calculated till date. Remove 56.25, keep it aside as it is. No depreciation. Now, second part of it is no depreciation on goodwill, agreed. But when sold, capital gain will come. This is detailed rules for calculation of capital gain are given in final, but just you should have an idea. So I'm doing no depreciation on goodwill from 1/4 to 2021. But when it is sold, you will calculate capital gain. How? Suppose the sale value of goodwill is 200 minus the WDV last 56.25. Even if you sell it after 5 years, what is the cost you are going to take? WDV as on this and finish. Yeah. Most important is the above table. Suppose it is sold. So 143.75 will be the sale value of the goodwill, and you have to pay it as short-term capital gain. No depreciation. When it is sold, cost will be the last WDV what you have taken. Clear to all of you? Chalo, we'll go to the next amendment. See, taking more time, and I'm taking more time because it's not only an amendment video, it is a उसके साथ background भी तो बताना है ना. How many amendments we have seen until now? 44 AD, presumptive taxation. What is covered is 2 crore. But for 44 AB, tax audit limit is 10 crores. If you have all digital sales and purchases, all payments and expenses. Cash payment, cash receipt is less than 5% or it's zero. Then till 10 crores, relax, you can, because everything is online. Your billing and your GST returns, everything is matching. So that much relaxation is given to the small business owners who are doing everything online, right? So this is an amendment class. Acha, one more very important thing I have reminded. I thought I'll say in the beginning only, but now I missed it, so I'm saying now. Agreed that you all are writing exam in 2022. Finance Act 21 is applicable, but last year's amendments are also very, very important. Trust me, I took 2 hours class with problems on 115 BAC, alternative tax scheme, what alternative tax regime. Last year se shuru hua and it came for 10 marks. So these amendments are so super duper important. You watched repeatedly, but along with these amendments, very important is go to the playlist and click over there tax amendments of 20 and 21 last year. Do that and go. This is the trend I'm teaching since last 20 years. CA Inter tha when I gave my tax exam in 97. I got exemption 62 mile the. So from that It is like CA Inter, then it was PCC, then it was IPCC. Again, now old is gold, CA Inter. So last year's amendments are also very, very important. If you watch the playlist, you can know. Okay? Chalo, let us go to the next amendment now. All right. So goodwill of the business or profession is considered as depreciable asset and no depreciation would be charged. And block of assets shall include goodwill for the purpose of depreciation. If goodwill is forming part of the block as on assessment year on 1/4/2020 last year and depreciation has been claimed, WDV and short-term capital gain to be computed in a manner to be prescribed that you don't have the procedure. I don't want to discuss. ये थोड़ा अलग है, छोड़ दो. Cost of acquisition for goodwill acquired under other modes and all, but the goodwill is purchased. The purchase price would be cost of acquisition. However, depreciation obtained prior to 21-22 shall be reduced from the purchase price. So though you purchased in 100, but earlier year so you have claimed the depreciation in income tax, no, that will be allowed, and whenever you sell 56 rupees will be the cost, not the original cost. Okay, now this one is very important. LLPs are to be excluded from scope of section 44ADA. Like 44AD is presumptive taxation for business. 44ADA is presumptive taxation for professionals. You know, in whole income tax, they say firm, partnership firm includes LLP. But now they say presumptive taxation. Please write here, it is not written, so you add on, is applicable to individual and partnership firm, not to HUF and not to LLP. Say 44AD, you remember or not what is 44AD? If your professional receipts are up to 50 lakhs, 50% of your professional receipts show as net profit, pay the tax, and you don't have to get your books audited and do other things, and you don't have to maintain your books only under 44AA. So this relaxation is given for professionals under 44ADA. Okay? But LLPs are not included in this. And this fourth one is also a very important amendment. For that, we should know, though they have given section 36 now, but we should know what is 43B. Yes, what is 43B? 43B says government related payment or interest payment to the banks, your GST or other payments, salary and all payable to employee, interest payable to banks from whom you have taken. All these payments, if they are due on 31st March, they should be paid before due date of filing the return. Suppose on 31st March you said salary due is 5 lakh, and just by showing salary to salary payable, you have taken it as expense. And salary to salary payable you have shown due, abhi you have not paid, but you took it as expense, you reduce the profit, you save the tax. When on 31st March, one second, on 31st of March 2022, yeah, 31st of March 2022 ko you have shown salary 5 lakh rupees as due and payable, right? So if your due date of filing the return is say 31st October, till that date you have to make the payment, otherwise that expenditure is disallowed, and then it is allowed in the next year when it is paid. Is this clear to all of you? But they said that employees, payment by employer of employees contribution to PF. You know, when employer and employee, they contribute to PF. PF due date is 15th of next month. Write down if you want to write. 15th of next month. So it has been clarified that provisions of section 43B does not apply for the purpose of determining due date of 36(1)(a), that is PF. In other words, employees' contribution to provident fund, etc. payment should be made within due date prescribed under the respective act. So in PF Act, this provision is important, but I want to say orally now. In the Provident Fund Act, okay, so what is happening in Provident Fund? Whatever Provident Fund is due, employees and all, you have to pay by 15th of the next month. So they said, even if I don't pay by 15, I am paying in due date of filing the return. No, what? So 43B covers all employee related payment, all government payments, interest on loan paid to the bank. If these are on due basis, deduction is taken. You get time till 31st July, 31st October, whatever is the due date of filing the return. But PF payment is to be made by due date given in the PF Act, and that due date is 15th of next month. So if you're not paying by 15th of next month, PF, what you have paid for your employee, and you claim as expense, contribution to provident fund for employee, disallowed if you don't pay by the due date of PF. So what's the change now? Once again, just PF payment के लिए employees, employers contribution, to the PF payment, the due date is PF's due date, that is 15th of next month, and not your this due date. Clear? Right. All right. So now with this, we have completed this part of the business set. How many amendments? 44 AB, 10 crore wala. 44 AD, LLP not included. And PF, these amendments we have seen. Okay? Right. Let us go now to the beginning of the chapter and let us take up other amendments in section 10 and in residential status also. Yeah. It's continuous speaking. 2 minutes. I need to drink water. Check the screen. If you remember 1010D already tha. If we cover everything, we can cover in 3-4 hours, but that won't give you benefit. So aram se karo amendments. Yeah. Now, any sum received under life insurance policy under section 1010D. You remember LIC, whatever you pay on maturity, the amount is exempt. That is given actually in income from other sources. But now, LIC, including the bonus, is wholly exempt. However, exemption is not available in case of sum received under 80DD. 80DD means you are taking LIC for handicapped. Then on maturity, you get the amount, not the handicapped. You remember? 80DD is correlated with 80U. Normal disability, severe disability. So, any sum received under 80DD. Yes, that is handicapped and all. If you are getting the amount on maturity, it will be taxable. They said exemption is not available means all these are taxable. Second is taxable under section 80DDA, that is specified diseases. If you have an hospitalized and you have got the claim, right, then it is now taxable. Any sum received under keyman insurance policy, taxable. Whether you receive it as an employee or employer has paid ULIP and then given, or the company is receiving, then it will be taxable as business income, but tax lagega. Next one is important. Any sum received under insurance policy issued on or after 1/4/21, wherein the policy amount exceeds 10% of the sum assured. Ma'am, this is not new. This is already there. If you pay LIC in a single year more than 10% of the sum assured, means the policy value is 10 lakhs, and if you pay premium 2 lakh, right, then deduction is only allowed up to 10%. but on maturity, whole amount will become taxable. I want to repeat. You must have seen this in ATC. LIC, whatever you pay by check, ATC में deduction मिलता है maximum up to 1,50,000. And 10 lakh का 10% कितना है 1 lakh. So here only 1 lakh तक ATC तो मिलेगा. But on maturity, this 10 lakh will become taxable because the premium exceeded 10%. And next they have added in this is where any ULIP is issued on or after 1st February, not April, 1st February 2021, and premium payable exceeds 2,50,000. Premium payable on any of the previous year during the term of such policy. Single policy or multiple policy, if you want to add here. सिंगल पॉलिसी का भी 2,50,000 से अगर प्रीमियम एक्सीड हो रहा है या यू हैव पेड 3-4 पॉलिसीज ऑफ 1 lakh, then whatever amount you get on maturity is going to be taxable. No exemption under section 10(10)(d). Where premium is payable for more than one ULIP issued on or after 1/4/2021, exemption shall apply only with respect to ULIP where aggregate amount of the premium does not exceed aforesaid limit during the term of any of these policies. Clear or not? Where premium is payable on single policy, ये रहा 2,50,000, or where aggregate amount of the premium does not exceed from more than one policy, does not exceed in any of the previous year during the term of any of those policies. So मिला के भी if it exceeds 2,50,000, in such case income shall be computed in a manner, means this is taxable, and dear students, this is going to have impact in 3 places. ATC's deduction, taxability, LIC maturity will now be taxable as capital gain. This, not other source. And so income shall be computed in prescribed. वो कैसे compute होगा उसके लिए capital gain में they will do changes. That detail they have not given until now. And third impact is TDS भी लगेगा. TDS has already been introduced from last year, 194DA. So TDS is also going to be deducted, charged once LIC becomes taxable. Yes. Point 3 and 4 shall not apply to any sum received on death of a person. Yeah, this is taxable. LIC 10% and 250 is taxable if you receive the amount on maturity. If the amount is received by the legal heirs after the death of a person, not taxable. Sum assured shall means minimum amount assured under policy on happening of the event. Okay, right. If exemption under section 10(10)(d) is not available in respect of ULIP due to point 4, exemption नहीं मिला आपको. Income shall be taxable under the head capital gain and taxable under 112A. STT वाला provision लगेगा. 112A, if STT is charged, how do you calculate 15% on shares and units and all? Short term. And long term is taxable, वैसे लगेगा, right? Only for this fourth part, it's going to be taxable, right? For I know this is quite technical, तो आराम से करो. If you need, I can give you the flow chart. If you have any doubt, comment below. And we are going to take one more class on next Saturday for tax amendment part 2. I don't want to take everything together. And then last year also you check, in 2021 I have given revision lectures for all the chapters. House property, capital gain deductions, MCQs, practice classes also we have taken. Same will be done this year also. Yes. So this will be taxable. Last one only. ये अगर 2,50,000 से exceed वाला जो point है तो. For calculating actual capital sum assured, No account shall be taken for value of any premium agreed to be returned or any sum by way of bonus. See, when you take 10% of the sum assured, huh, you have to take just the policy value. Any benefit, it should not take any benefit by way of bonus over and above sum assured, which is to be or may be received under the policy by any person. Means sum assured ka 10%. You remember they have not discussed here, but for handicap we take 15% from 1/4/2012. There's a separate video of 10 minutes for this LIC. You can check in the tax concept playlist. Yeah. So for all this, sum assured will not include any bonus or any other sum over and above the sum assured which is or which may be paid, and it does not shall not taken for value of any premium agreed to be returned. See, when they return the premiums, it's again like bonus. So whatever is the core policy value. Shall we do one thing? Shall we make a gist of this and write all together? Yes. हाँ पहले orally समझ लो and I will make you write also. Now what I am saying is amount received on maturity of the LIC is exempt. It is taxable if premium, single year premium exceeds more than 10% of the sum assured. ये तो पहले से था from last year. Then you get deduction up to 10%, handicap 15%, and on maturity the amount becomes taxable in income from other sources. Right? And now you come to the new provision. Single year premium exceeds 2,50,000 on single policy or put together for multiple policies, then on maturity whatever amount you get is taxable as capital gain under section 112A. कहीं ना कहीं टच होगा. I'm giving you example now. Only for this 1010D, I will make one more video with all the examples. Surely we'll do it. Yes, right? So, one second. Yeah. Sure. I'll share. एक काम करते हैं ना कुछ तो नोट्स में लिख के भी लिख लेते हैं. I'll give you a note for this. All about LIC लिख लो. All about unit linked insurance policy. Section 1010D. First point, I want all of you to write, please. I know you will all take printout of the PDF, but still write it, dear students. When you write it, you learn it. Amount received on maturity of policy taken under section 80DD. Handicapped. Listen and write. My writing may not come good because I am explaining. So putting lot of energy in explanation also. Amount और वैसे भी अच्छी नहीं है पर आप सुन के लिखो तो आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. Amount received on maturity of the policy taken under section 80DD or under section 80DDA. 80DDA is specified diseases. और जो थर्ड वाला था कीमैन insurance policy. So amount received on all this is going to be taxable now. It depends where it will be taxable now. Like Keyman insurance, if it is received by your employer, business income. By employee, then profit in lieu of the salary. Right? So this is one point and I hope this is clear. Now, if premium paid on LIC exceeds a bit, 10% of sum assured in single year. सिंगल ईयर में सम अश्योर्ड इज मैच्योरिटी वैल्यू 10 लाख की पॉलिसी है तो 1 लाख 15% ऑफ सम अश्योर्ड फॉर हैंडीकैप्ड उससे ऊपर अगर आप पेमेंट कर रहे हो तो नाउ अमेंडमेंट दीज टू आर ऑलरेडी देयर अमेंडमेंट सिंगल प्रीमियम exceeds 2,50,000 yearly. Multiple policy premium exceeds 2,50,000. Huh? In all these cases, of course, deduction will be there up to a limit, but in all these cases, amount received on maturity fully taxable. Is this now clear? Whatever amount you receive on maturity, fully taxable. Amount received by legal heirs after death exempt. Amount is received by legal heirs after death is exempt. है ना? अभी आपको समझ में आ रहा है या नहीं? If you want, please all of you write here ATC is available. वो up to limit मिलेगा. Listen. If you put sum assured का 22%, up to 10% you will get deduction under ATC. But on maturity, all these amounts will be taxable. All these amounts will become taxable. And very important note, this A and B will be to taxable in income from other sources. A and B above taxable under income from other sources, some received on maturity of LIC. C and D above taxable under capital gain. You know how you tax the shares on which STT is charged 112A? Under section 112A. 112A में कैसे टैक्स होगा? That is there in the finals. But ये सब MCQ में कहीं ना कहीं टच होगा. Check the screen. I hope my speed is fine. You are following. Lot of efforts we take to make this material, to make this videos, missing our regular class, just to help all of you in a mass way. Specifically, all my students who have taken coaching earlier, I don't want them to repeat the coaching, but amendments example के साथ करो. Yes, sure. Thank you for asking that question. That yes, I am going to solve RTP also live in this channel. So for all the updates, for all 5-10 minutes conceptual videos, motivating reels and shorts, do subscribe to this channel, so whenever we are live you get a notification and you can watch all the videos. And do comment below the video if you like this. See, if you like this way of patiently teaching one concept, it's like already 49 minutes are over. Yes, then do share this video with at least 5 of your friends whom you feel amendments are necessary. I will take all the amendments in 2 parts. Third amendment class to revise this. See, amendments cannot be ये amendment है ये ले लो खत्म bye. No. अभी तो as a teacher understand I'm explaining concept, you understand. In the second amendment class you solve some problems related to this. You will digest. And then in the third amendment class, I will sit here and you do the problems and put the answers in the chat box so that independently you are able to attempt the questions or not. Amount received, let us do the gist of 1010D. Amount received on maturity of 80DD. हाँ, handicap के लिए कोई और पे कर रहा है, or 80DDA, or that keyman insurance policy, all are taxable. Where 10% say more sum assured, or 2,50,000 single policy, or 2,50,000 multiple policy, on maturity amount is taxable. 250 is taxable in capital gain. Rest all is taxable in income from other sources. And you know, once LIC becomes taxable in any of the cases, 194DA, TDS will be deducted. TDS is not an amendment. I am not writing now. It's already covered. Because from last year, पहले से ये provision था ना, 10% के above if you pay premium in a single year, 15% for handicap, amount received on maturity is taxable, and if it is taxable, TDS तो कटेगा, right? So that is one of the very important amendment. I'm not able to see all of you because I'm using StreamYard to share my screen and all. So I'm using this app, so I'm not able to see your names. So if you have a query with your name, please type and send me. I will definitely check it in the comment. Okay. Chalo, till then, let us go to the next amendment. Income exempt from taxes over, yes, residential status. Very important amendment. See, we all know in residential status already since years there's a concept of business connection. Foreign companies having their place of business in India, or their depot or their godown or some agent they are having, and through that they are doing business in India, they have to pay tax in whatever income they generate in India. Because through the agent, through the depot, through a place of business, they have business connection in India. Now, business connection includes that news, views, and cinematography and shooting, and all that is already there. Now, they have added a new term called as significant economic presence. Significant economic presence नाम दिया है, but they are talking about the digital presence. And this is super duper important since the pandemic. Okay, I've stopped sharing the screen. First, you all listen to this concept. See, in the pandemic, lot of coaching, teaching, and work and application, everything was going on online. Yes, it was going on online. So, in India, sitting in Hyderabad at my home, I was taking music training from Trinity Institute of London. Now, Trinity Institute of London is not having any office in Hyderabad. No place of business, no business connection. But through their app, through their website, I have purchased online music course. I'm taking live coaching and I'm giving piano exam. Now, are they getting so much of income from India? I have given example of Trinity and all your gaming apps and all this Amazon and Facebook and all, and so many concerts. Huh? Like Vidya Vox she's an international singer. So she is hosting an online event from USA. Because of the COVID, she didn't travel to India. So we have subscribed to that online event. So she's having so many viewers, subscribers, users in India. Is she generating income from India? How do we come to know? IPA, Internet Protocol Address. How many users are logging in from India? How much business you are generating from India? Payment to India se hi jayega na? When I am paying money for any imported software or for anything, Zoom is not from India. So all Zoom has done so much of business in India, and all the money is going to Zoom USA. And Zoom is saying, we don't have any business connection in India. We don't have any physical presence. We don't have office. But Zoom is having lakhs of users in India. So should they pay tax or not? This is called as digital presence online presence, and significance economic presence. So now, when they have significance economic presence, should they pay tax? Yes. How? Let us see. Significance in economic presence of non-resident shall constitute business connection. Business connection, please check our material residential status, you will get the idea. In respect of goods, services, property carried out by non-resident with any person, including provision of download of data or software. Can I use Zoom software of the foreign country? You can write the example Zoom. Aggregate of payment arising from such transaction during or transactions, matlab multiple transactions in the previous year exceeds 2 crore. If Zoom has generated over 2 crores business from India, they have to pay the tax on the digital income. And it's true. पहले नहीं होता था. If they have office or if they are NRI, whatever is income received, deemed to be received, Section 7, Section 9 was taxed. But now this is economic presence. Yeah, how they will tag this online and at what rate they have to pay the tax. Somewhat this looks like, indirectly this looks like equalization levy, which is there in final syllabus. But right now they can ask you in MCQs the limit and all economic presence ke liye for goods, services, properties and all, single transaction or multiple transaction above 2 crores or systematic and continuous soliciting of the business where number of users exceed 3 lakhs. Users, subscribers, whatever you say from India exceeds 3 lakhs or amount of the services payment which they have taken from India exceed 2 crores. Any one of this, if they have significance economic presence, they have to pay tax. Yes? Above transaction shall constitute significance presence in India whether or not agreement for such transaction is entered into India. Zoom is saying we have not come to India. We have not entered any transaction in India. Agreement also we have done in USA. So we don't have a link in India. So irrespective of that non-resident has a place of business, nahi hai. Agreement India mein nahi hai. Non-resident doesn't render any services in India. Irrespective of all this, he has to pay tax in India if subscribers are above 3 lakhs, turnover payment exceeds 2 crores. Goods, services, all. Yeah. So this is very important. However, where business connection is established by reason of significance economic presence, only so much of income which is attributable in India will be taxable. Obviously, we don't want Zoom to pay full tax in India. And this includes income attributable to operations carried out from advertisement targeting customers residing in India. I told you through their IPA address, or income from sale of the data collected residing in India, or income from sale of goods or services and all in India. Goods and services, data collection, or advertisement, whatever service you are giving in India. ठीक है? So we have done amendments for exemption, ATD. I have given you notes. I don't think any notes are required for residential status. Salary mein there's an amendment for PF. We will take it separately. अगर पढ़े तो बहुत डिटेल्ड है और लिमिट में किए तो आई थिंक दे वोंट आस्क more than this. ठीक है? But for this, all the 4 types of PF and all, it will take time. So I will take it in the next class. Business head, I have completed all the amendments. ये एक stamp duty वाला, we will take it with the capital gain. Yeah, capital gain, at least till I explain all the others. Very important is CII of financial year 21-22 is 317. Last year was 301. So all your capital gain. Of course, dear students, preferably you should have the new study material for income tax. सिर्फ ऐसा नहीं है कि मैम 301 की जगह 317 से आंसर्स विल चेंज. Sometimes amendments are having multiple impact. Especially you should have the printout definitely of your computation of income, because multiple amendments are there, no? So it is going to impact. Hmm? Right? So CII part is clear. 317 lagega. Right? See, ULIP is going to be taxable now. If the one policy amount exceeds 250 or multiple policies exceed 250, then profit arising shall be chargeable under capital gain and not under your other head. And as per the rules, that rules you need not do, please. Yeah. One more, I've until now left salary, and there's a reason why I have left it. For PF, I will do it in detail. I'll explain 4 types of PF. Acha, capital gain has got one more amendment in slum sale. Section 50B, slum sale. You know, instead of selling individual assets, suppose I retire now for teaching. So I have my own building of concept classes, this furniture, camera, all books. So instead of selling individually, I sell you that, okay, now you take over concept classes, start teaching and taking classes and all. So I sell you everything for lump sum. So from this lump sum, the sale consideration, we used to take in the deduction the cost. Okay. So cost में हम क्या deduct करते थे? Net worth. You remember or not? In slum sale is not only asked in inter, especially in the CMA final exam, so every time they give you question. And CA inter also 8 marks problem is coming for slum sale. So slum sale में sale consideration minus net worth is capital gain. If one of the capital asset is long term, everything is long term. Otherwise, short term. So sale consideration minus net worth is the capital gain. In net worth, we used to take the WDV of the fixed assets and all the other assets at cost. Now they said take it at the fair market value. As per section 50B, in relation to capital asset being an undertaking transferred by way of slum sale, fair market value of the capital asset as on the date of transfer calculated shall be deemed to be the full value of the consideration received or accruing as a result of the capital asset. See, sale consideration we used to take actual, and cost we were deducting net worth. And in net worth we were taking the WDV and all. Okay. But if you, this is 50B. Take a pause all of you and remember what is 50C? Stamp duty value or actual sale consideration, whichever is higher. So in slum sale, actual sale consideration is 50 lakh. But if you check the stamp duty, means the market value, it is 80 lakhs. So we were taking 80 lakhs in 50C. I want to repeat, for 50C, stamp duty or actual sale consideration, whichever is higher, we were taking. Where? 50C mein. But in 50B slum sale, there was no concept of the fair market value. We were taking actual sale consideration. So dear student, I will sell you the business in 80 lakhs. Look at the screen. 80 lakhs is the actual sale consideration. Whereas the fair market value of asset, what I have given is 110 lakhs. So you pay me 30 lakh rupees under the table, black money. And I take sale consideration 80 lakhs and 80 lakhs minus the net worth, I was paying tax under slum sale. Sale consideration 80 lakhs minus the net worth, I was paying tax. Now, sale consideration or fair market value, whichever is higher. So, okay, if I have taken 80 lakhs, but if the market value is 110, capital gain should be paid. For the purpose of 50B, fair market value should be taken as the full value of the consideration. And fair market value of asset transferred by slum sale and fair market value of the consideration received. Okay, whichever is higher. So almost You can write in one line for slum sale, sale consideration or fair market value, whichever is high. On the date of sale, whatever is the fair market value, that or the sale consideration you have to take. You can write 50C has come, 50B, sorry, has come in line with 50C. 50B has come in line with 50C. 50C में तो पहले से ही था, stamp duty or actual consideration whichever is higher, फिर go to the valuation officer. But slum sale, we were always taking actual consideration. Now we are taking the fair market value. Nice and clear to all of you, right? Okay. And for startups now they have given one more year for 54 GB or वो सब था ना. You can sell a house property and you can invest in shares of a company, and that money of shares goes to the plant and machinery and all. So 54 GB के लिए they have given one more year. That's all for the amendments of capital gain. Income from last 5-10 minutes, only these two. And dear students, one more, I'll come to that. Ye last two leke 5 minutes more and we will conclude. Yeah. Relief to the taxpayers, advance tax on dividend. Listen, till last year dividend was not taxable because CDT, DDT concept was there. Then they said now all the dividend is taxable in income from other sources. But dividend is taxable when you receive. My year ending is 31st March 2022. For this financial year, I will receive the dividend on 30 June 2022. So can I say, no, this is related to 21 and 22? No, I should pay. I should pay the tax. I should pay the tax in the last year only. Are you all getting? 31st March 21 and 22 dividend was decided in AGM 21% and I received in 22. It will become taxable in 22-23 on receipt basis. They have given this amendment now in income tax. This is already, we talk it in AS9, revenue recognition. Dividend is taxable in the year when right to receive the dividend is established. Agreed that dividend is related to 21 and 22, but right is established only after the AGM. So this will become taxable in 22-23. So no one can say 21-22 के advance tax में why didn't you pay tax on installment for dividend? Read it. From 1st April CDT and all is removed. Dividend become taxable. ये 10 lakh का limit भी हट गया है. Since this meant that taxpayers are now required to pay advance tax of dividend for which they are not aware. 21-22 till I pay my third installment in March 22. I don't know how much dividend I am going to receive. So this attracts interest. So under 234C has been amended to include advance tax on dividend only on receipt basis. On receipt basis. ठीक है? I hope this is clear. If my way is not clear, if you want more examples, just put me a message below. In the next Saturday's video, same time 6:30, will surely cover it up. Fee for default in furnishing the return, 234F. 234ABC is interest. E and G are also a kind of penalties. So now, if you file late return, you have to pay penalty under 234(5). If your total income does not exceed 5 lakh, 1,000. Total income exceeds 5 lakh, penalty payable. 234A का interest तो लगेगा. If you file late return, you have to pay interest under 234A. But 234F penalty भी लगेगा. And this 234F penalty, they will apply if the income exceeds 5 lakhs, 5,000. Less than 5. till last year there was a limit up to December इतना, December के बाद 10,000 gone. If your total income is less than 5 lakh, flat penalty है. Actually penalty, I am seeing the name penalty, but they have given a makeup 3D makeup name called as fees. 234 A में इंटरेस्ट तो लगेगा. अप टू 5 लाख अगर इनकम है तो 1000, 5 लाख की एक्सीड है तो 5000. Second. Yes. So now we have completed with major amendments. एक बार just exemption में क्या amendment है? 1010D LIC maturity exempt नहीं है for some cases. Salary pending. Business head 44 AB books maintain करने के लिए 10 करोड़ limit. 44 AD A professionals के लिए it is applicable for only now individuals and partnership firm, not for HUF, not for LLP. That's what is business head amendments, right? And then we have done capital gain. That for slum sale also now you have to take sale consideration as the fair market value of the assets, whatever you have given, right? And fair market value word they have used because you may give furniture and other assets. Building है तो stamp duty, otherwise the fair market value. And then capital gain for this year the CII is 370, right? And return of income some small changes, and dividend income will be touched somewhere in exam for MCQs, कहीं ना कहीं touch करेंगे. Dividend income is taxable only when right to receive the dividend is established. ठीक है? So here we complete with the first part of tax amendment and revision series. Next Saturday we will take up TDS. One of the most important amendments in income tax is TDS, and that's what we will take up in the next class, and then followed by revision videos. Because students were asking for doing it earlier, I've already pre-recorded and uploaded full revision video of house property. And yes, very important is there are no amendments in your slab rates. Very important. Except that for companies, what is the tax rate? Flat 30%. But in financial year 19 and 20, if the tax rate, if the turnover of the company is less than 400 crores in financial year 19 and 20, then only in that case, then the tax rate of the company will be 25%. You want me to write and say? I'll do it. 2 minutes it will take. जो करो बहुत अच्छे से करो, आराम से करो. We are taking one more amendment. Slab rates are same only for Indian companies. For companies, Indian companies, the tax rate is 30%. But in the financial year 2019-20, if your turnover is less than 400 crores, tax rate is 25%. Done, 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 done. Nice, clear to all of you. Thank you so much for watching the video till end, and wish you very all the best. What more we can do? There are other playlist of accounts of concepts. Do check that, and do subscribe to the channel. Share it with 5 of your friends whom you can feel that this conceptual way. Just check my video interest on loan. In case of house property, there's always a confusion. That's the only point where when I see paper correction students are doing mistake. 2 lakh कब लेना है, 30,000 कब लेना है, full limit. Just watch that video and take down the flow chart. You will understand the conceptual way of learning. And it is essential. I hope you all are not doing it just to get 200 marks in inter or in final. Huh? This video is, of course, these amendments are applicable for inter-final all students. The next amendment video concentration is on salary and TDS provisions, which have been added 194P, 194O, and so on. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Bye bye, all of you. Have an amazing weekend. Spend a lot of time with your family and with that quality good, relaxed mode of studies. Quality good. Jump mat karo. ठीक है? Right. All the best to all of you. Bye bye. Do comment below the video for any doubts and do comment if you feel these efforts are really helpful to you. It really takes efforts to make such long live classes. Otherwise, 15-20 minutes of recording, we pause and again record if it is a pre-recorded. But taking it live in YouTube so that you all can share, comment below. That's the only reason I'm coming live. So hoping to see more of you joining the live. Thank you so much. Bye-bye all of you.